Hey, welcome to the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute with your host, the alchemist of Indiana's Black Forest, Alan Bishop. Hey, this channel is all about home distilling and legal distilling. If you've got questions, reach out to us in the comments below, social media, or via bishopshomegrown@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out thealchemistcabinet.com. Hey, what's up, guys? Back again with the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute on Eclipse Day. So the gifts just keep on coming, and I wanted to show you a little something. So I obviously have a very close working relationship with Wayne from Ozark Still Works, and he's designed some really cool equipment for me. I've helped him come up with some of the concepts and all that stuff, and we have some really amazing things that really push the art of home distillation, but can also push the art of professional distillation. And I believe that in my new endeavors, you will see much of that equipment show up over time from Ozark Still Works in a scaled up version in a commercial facility, so everyone can see what Wayne can do for sure. But if any of you have followed me any amount of time, bought my books, watched videos, etc., you know that I capture a lot of wild yeast. And while I am a proponent of the dona jug and liquid yeast propagation, in the long run, it gets a little bit of a pain in the ass to maintain all those different yeast varieties in a liquid format. I'm also not a fan of hardcore scientific yeast propagation, and the reason for that is because the old timers, the practical distillers, they weren't a fan of that either. Well, they might have been fans of it, but they didn't have access to it. And I still believe that even if they did have access to it, they would continue to use the practical methods, because the practical methods work. And you can fairly easily tell, even just by sensory analysis of new make spirit, whether or not your yeast has changed, gone off, etc. In my 8+ years of experience using yeast strains in a commercial distillery, from my own propagated wild yeast and from propagating Fleischmann's bread yeast, I never once lost a single fermenter. And never once did we see that yeast really drift all that hard in any negative direction. So I will stick with the practical methodology. Now, that practical methodology includes the ability to dry said yeast, which I've talked about in my books many times in the past and in videos many times in the past. So the only bad thing about that is then what do you store it in? Well, Tupperware container, Ziploc bag, whatever you got, right? Pretty cool. Not very romantic, not necessarily very practical. Instead, how cool would it be to have a dry yeast dona jug? Yeah, there's mason jars, etc. But can you, as a distiller, or an alchemist, whatever you identify as, tell me that a mason jar is anywhere as cool as these dry yeast jugs? Handle on them, hardcore heavy-duty design, 2-inch triclove on the top, keeps the air out and all that stuff. I know for a fact that I can put enough yeast in here that if I wanted to, I could probably pitch dry yeast for 200 gallons. But if I just want to use these for storage devices, I'll put my dried yeast in here, pull a couple teaspoons out when I need it, and make a yeast starter of liquid for my other dona jug. 2 or 3 gallons of that after 24 to 36 hours is enough to pitch 600 gallons worth of mash. So these are going to make life much easier storage-wise at my new facility. And also, I'm going to try to find a way to make sure that these are actually a part of the visitor experience when people come through. I'd like to have a sort of a glass front sliding door fridge to keep my various yeast strains in, my various dona jugs and things like that, so people can see them when they come through. Pretty damn cool. Anyways, if you're involved in any way going to check out the eclipse today, and you should be, never ever miss a moment to turn an eye to heaven and realize how infinitesimally small you really are, but just how important you are as well. If you're going out today to be around the craziness, be careful, take care of one another, love each other, watch out for people, keep your eyes open, both for people but also for other things that happen potentially during the eclipse too, in terms of some of the more sacred things that are out there. But alright guys, I love y'all, catch you soon.